evening. Welcome to the special show that come to see you every Wednesday now, and I think it's gonna be a while until we change to something else.
Yeah, so we'll be here until we actually form a new government, until Thailand forms a new government, because it's gonna take a while.
Maybe we have to change Thailand Thai PBS election 2023 to be something else. But yeah, we're still waiting for the new government, so you'll see us every Wednesday until then.
Exactly. So we can say that it's Thailand's future after the elections. But we'll begin tonight with the biggest topic in Thailand at the moment, which is no other than the controversy over the ITV shares, which could possibly put Pita Limjaroenrat in trouble. But recently, a Thai news channel has exposed contradicting information between the minutes of the ITV shareholders meeting and the video clip of the meeting as well. So this actually serves as surprising evidence, and it became a hot topic on social media for a few days already. So on Sunday night, Channel 3's Khao Samiti news program revealed the minutes of the shareholders meeting on April 26, which reported that a shareholder, Panawat Kwan Yoon, asked the chair of the meeting, Kim Siri Thawichai, whether ITV is still operational as a media firm. To explain a bit further, Kim Siri Thawichai is the chairman of ITV and the president and executive director of its holding company, InTouch Holdings. In the minutes, Kim is reported to have said that ITV is still operational in accordance with the registered objectives of the company, and that the company has submitted its balance sheet and corporate tax returns to the Revenue Department as normal. However, if we look at the video clip of the shareholders meeting, which was revealed by reporter Thapani Ietzichai in the same news program, actually it told a different story. In that particular video clip, Kim, in responding to Panawat's question about the status of ITV, he is heard to have said that ITV has not been operating as a media company pending the conclusion of a court case. The court case actually refers to this issue where ITV has sued the Secretariat of the Prime Minister's office for scrapping its contract with ITV for the use of the UHF broadcast spectrum. And shortly after the news broke out, InTouch Holdings, which holds a 52.9% stake in ITV, notified the Stock Exchange of Thailand that it is investigating a controversy regarding the actual status of the ITV media company, and that particular announcement was signed by Kim as well.
I think there's a lot of explanation to be done. If that video clip never been found, people might think that ITV is still inactive and submit the tax document, whatever, to the agency. But then in the video clip of the meeting, he actually said that it's not operational and impending the court case conclusion. So there's a lot of explanation to do why what was said in the meeting wasn't really what was said in the minutes or the meeting documents itself. How it is transformed to be something totally different.
It's totally different because if we compare between the minutes of the meeting and the video clip, it actually said totally different things. And
only that last question.
That particular last question as well. So people have speculated that maybe someone has manipulated the document, or on the other side of it, some people may have thought that the video clip might have been re-edited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after the news broke out, former election commissioner Somchai Sutiyakon has warned the person who approved the minutes of the ITV shareholders meeting that they could face legal action if it is discovered that the minutes are not accurate. He issued a warning in response to the Channel 3 report that the content of the audio tape contradicts the minutes of the meeting. Meanwhile, former Move Forward Member of Parliament Chawalit Lauhao Dompan has warned that fabricating the minutes of a shareholder meeting by an electoral candidate is a violation of the election law and subject to 5 to 10 years imprisonment and 100,000 to 200,000 baht fine, while providing a false statement to authority is subject to 7 to 10 years in prison and a fine of 140,000 to 200,000 baht on conviction. So it seems like somebody going to pay for it one way or another.
Exactly. And to give you a recap of what is going on with the ITV shares and why is it a huge topic, Move Forward Party leader Pita Limjaroenrat is alleged to have held 42,000 ITV shares, which is part of an inheritance from his late father about 17 years ago. And the Election Commission, the registrar of political parties, has decided to investigate whether Pita breached Section 151 of the election law by registering as a candidate in the May 14 general election while knowingly holding shares in a media company and therefore that he was unqualified to do so. Only recently, Pita has transferred all of the ITV shares to other heirs to his late father's inheritance.
So in response to the news, the Move Forward Party is demanding Kim to explain the discrepancy between his statement during and the minutes of the company's shareholder meeting regarding ITV status as a media company. Move Forward Secretary General Chaithawat Tulathon said at a news conference that he suspects that the minutes of the ITV shareholder meeting on April 26th, shared by Kim, were intentionally doctored to give the impression that the company is still operating as a media firm, which could be used to prevent Move Forward Party leader Pita Limjaroenrat from becoming the next Prime Minister of Thailand. He also claimed that there appears to be a conspiracy to block Pita, the party's prime ministerial candidate, from assuming the post, citing the strange coincidence of electoral candidate Nick Sangsiri Nawin from Phum Chai Thai Party writing on Facebook about Pita's alleged shareholding on April 24th, 2 days ahead of the ITV shareholder meeting.
Chaithawat also said that he suspects that ITV shareholder Panawat Kwan Yoon, who raised the question about the status of ITV with Kim at the meeting, could be part of the conspiracy. The Move Forward Party Secretary General claimed that in ITV's financial statement for last year, the business activity of the company was changed to television and its business product and service are advertising and investment. He pointed out that the change in the financial statement for 2022 contradicts Kim's statement that ITV has ceased all business operations pending the outcome of a legal dispute. And he also felt that how could Kim not know about the real status of ITV to begin with, because Kim is actually responsible for InTouch Holdings and
he's
that
the president and everything.
He's responsible for InTouch and he's supposed to be responsible for ITV as well. So he's supposed to know pretty much everything that is going on. So Chaithawat felt that how could he not know about any of this?
And he's the one that signed off that minutes, right?
Yes, he's the one who signed off that minutes and also signed off the announcement that they will investigate into the matter as well.
There are many stories, but there's always only one fact. So what actually happened, I think the public will see pretty soon, because there's video. And I don't think it's that easy to do what's it called? They call deep fake.
Right, there has been rumors that there's deep fake in the video, which I think, would it be that possible for that video to be deep faked?
Well, there's a way to prove it. Somebody just gonna have to prove it, whether it's deep fake or it's real.
Right, but this has been a big issue for many days already, and there has been different sides taking sides as well as to whether the video was actually legitimate. Some people say that it has been edited, but some people do believe that it's not edited as well. But then there's one person who actually said that they had nothing to do with this, because on social media, people have been linking tons of people into this controversy, and that Nick, who actually pointed out about the ITV shares before Reungrai submitted the complaints to the EC, was Anutin Charnvirakul, who's the leader of Phum Chai Thai Party. He said that the party has nothing to do with the case.
Right. Well, like I said, there's only one fact, and hopefully we will know the fact very soon, or which one is the fact that we will know very soon. So as the ITV shares remain a controversy, a political activist who initiated the accusation against Pita has submitted additional documents to the Election Commission regarding the shares. Reungrai Leekitwattana, who also a member of Palang Pracharat Party, claims that he is acting independently in submitting additional documents to the election commissions. The submitted document related to Move Forward Party leader Pita Limjaroenrat shares holding in ITV. He also dismissed the suggestion of a conspiracy to revive the ITV media company in an attempt to block Pita from becoming Thailand's next prime minister. Earlier, Ruang Krai submitted a complaint to the Election Commission demanding the dissolution of the Move Forward Party. However, such complaints were rejected by the Registrar of Political Parties on the grounds that there was no credible supporting evidence. Instead, the registrar decided to initiate its own investigation into Pita for allegedly registering his electoral candidate despite being aware that he was unqualified to stand in the May 14 election, in violation of the Article 151 of the MP election law, an offense which is subject to imprisonment and heavy fine if convicted by the criminal court. But this is so contradictory.
Right. And despite the fact that his petition was rejected, Ruang Krai said that he feels that additional documents could be useful to the panels assigned to pro-Pita. He said that the additional documents concern Pita's transfer of his ITV shares to other family heirs on May 25th, the minutes of the ITV shareholder meeting on April 26th, and the question raised by a shareholder about whether ITV is still operating as a media firm. Ruang Krai has also demanded that Pita declare his assets to the public, adding that he does not believe that the only inheritance from his father were the ITV shares. He also said that he is not worried about a complaint filed against him, accusing him for using false documents against Pita. The serial petitioner claims that he decided to examine Pita's ITV shareholding after an unnamed source called him and provided him with the evidence. He also said that more evidence, such as ITV's financial statements, will be given to the Election Commission. So it looks like Ruang Krai is not going to stop there as he keeps finding a lot of information to go against Pita.
However, Pita expressed that he will keep fighting and he is confident that he can clear himself from this election commission over the ITV shares. And he has a lot of supporters.
Yep.
And a lot of people that actually is cheering for him. Well, after all, millions of people vote for him, right?
Right. So many people have voted for him during the elections, and it seems like Pita has been receiving a lot of support when he became under controversy for the ITV shares.
So Move Forward Party leader Pita Limjaroenrat said that he is confident that he will be able to clear himself with the Election Commission over the ITV shareholding, and he is ready to fight any bad faith attempt to stop him from becoming Thailand's next prime minister. He said that the Election Commission's bid to investigate whether he breached Article 151 of the MP selection law by standing in the May 14 general election in the full knowledge that he was not qualified to do so is not unexpected. Citing the case of his predecessor Thanathorn Juangroongruangkit, former leader of the Future Forward Party, who was ordered by the Constitutional Court to stop functioning as an MP for holding shares in a media company. Pita said that he was aware of the attempt to revive ITV as a media company before the emergence this week of the latest controversy on a TV news program. He claimed that someone has supplied him with much more information about the controversy than was reported, adding that the party's legal team is now handling the case. In addition to the complaints filed against him by political activists, Pita said that he does not rule out the possibility that some member of parliament or senators may sign a petition asking the Constitutional Court, the Supreme Court, or the Criminal Court to rule on his qualification and parliamentary status similar to Thanathorn case.
Whatever the attempts to negate his quest for the Prime Minister's post, the Move Forward Party leader says he is confident that he has solid evidence and legal principles to prove his innocence. He said that Article 151 will not be an obstacle to me becoming Thailand's 30th Prime Minister. And regarding the requirement to declare his assets at the end of his 4-year term as an MP, he said that he's currently in the process of carefully preparing all the necessary documents for submission to the NACC or the National Anti-Corruption Commission before June 18th as the law requires. So we'll have to wait and see how this will actually end.
I don't know, do they have... I'm not sure whether they should involve other agencies to investigate the documents and everything submitted, or just the election commission or the court to review all the documents themselves. I mean, like there has been a lot of accusation of either fake documents or like deep fake video and whatnot. So there should be some kind of specialist to investigate this.
Well, it's going to be a difficult investigation, but since it's in the public interest, I believe that the authorities will be working really hard to find out what is going to happen, because this is going to affect the next government as well, because currently we still do not see the actual government being formed by the Move Forward Party coalition at the moment.
And talking about political uncertainty, the academic and business sector in Thailand has said that Thailand economy will be the first casualty of this political uncertainty. The latest action by the Election Commission to investigate the main Prime Minister hopeful has heightened political uncertainty in Thailand with the potential to hurt market sentiment. This is according to academics and business sector. Despite the dismissing complaint against Pitha Limjaroenrat, leader of the Move Forward Party, over his alleged ownership of shares in a media company, the EC recently sprung a surprise by proceeding to investigate whether Pitha was qualified to run for an MP seat on the general election May 14 at all. The agency's action has sparked outrage among supporters of the party. It has given rise to conspiracy theories of dirty tactics being employed by suspected mastermind of an elite group, using independent organizations and courts to grab political power. Many observers are also worried that these sudden developments could potentially delay the formation of a new government with its negative effects on the economy.
The vice chairman of the Employers Confederation of Thai Trade and Industry, Thanit Sorat, said that the delay in the new government taking power would impact both foreign direct investment, or FDI, and domestic investment, as foreign and local investors would prefer to adopt a wait and watch approach, and some may even choose other destinations instead of Thailand. Businesses want to see who would become the next prime minister, Pitha or property tycoon Setha Thavisin of coalition partner Pheu Thai Party, and who would be the cabinet members. Thanit also said that entrepreneurs are also keen to know what economic policies the new government would pursue, especially on the issue of hiking the daily minimum wage to 450 baht as Move Forward's election pledge. Industries, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, are worried about a sharp increase in production costs, hurting their competitiveness if the daily minimum wage were to be hiked. In the worst-case scenario, after the Election Commission's investigation, elections might have to be held for all the 151 MP seats won by Move Forward candidates.
That is a scary thought. The outgoing Deputy Prime Minister Wisanu Krungam, who is in charge of the government's legal affairs, said recently that if Pitha was found to be unqualified to endorse Move Forward's election candidates, it might result in the disqualification of all Move Forward member parliaments. If the election result were to be overturned, it would lead to much longer delays and create much more uncertainty. The sudden political uncertainty dangles as a threat over the economy amid a global economic slowdown, while energy prices remain high and Thailand's exports in the first 4 months of the year have contracted 5.2% in dollar terms. The director of the Center for International Trade Studies at the University of Thai Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Adpisan Manit, said that the delay in the new government taking office would impact the economy in the third and fourth quarters and reduce full-year economic growth to less than 3%. Dr. Ad warned that any delay in the formation of a new government and political uncertainty would hurt the confidence of investors and consumers. He was also worried about the potential for political violence as the voters are frustrated about the delay in the formation of a new government despite a clear verdict in the general election.
However, some analysts believe that the Election Commission's decision to investigate Pitha's case might take a long time. The research director at the Thailand Development Research Institute, or TDRI, which is an independent think tank, Dr. Somchai Jitsuchon said that such a scenario would create more uncertainty about who would take government power and when, and that would negatively impact business sentiment. He also said that should there be a delay in the formation of the next government, investors would also delay their investments and wait to see the clear direction of the country. In addition, the delay in a new administration taking up the reins of power would definitely impact budget disbursement, especially capital spending, as new investment projects need to wait for cabinet approval.
So concerning the competition for the FDI, the number of countries wooing FDI has intensified, with governments offering competitive incentives to encourage businesses to set up manufacturing bases. Recently, an Indonesian minister claimed that Japanese automaker Isuzu would be relocating its truck manufacturing plant in Thailand to Indonesia. That was a big news for a while, but Isuzu later denied the report. Political stability in Indonesia has made the country more attractive for FDI. And at the same time, despite having better infrastructure, political uncertainty in Thailand could scare potential investors away. Some investors may even relocate their factories to countries with a more stable political environment. Indonesia has a competitive edge because of the large domestic consumption guaranteed by its population of nearly 274 million people, as well as stocks of rare minerals, such as nickel, which is essential for battery production for electric vehicles. Indonesia has been pitching itself as a hub for automakers for a few years now. However, investors who have operated in Thailand for many years remain optimistic about Thailand's competitiveness as a strong production base for car manufacturing. Giving the CEO of a major auto parts manufacturer in Thailand said that Thailand has good policies such as Board of Investment incentives. And he hopes that the new government would continue such good policies, adding that the high quality of the parts made in Thailand is one of the country's biggest advantages.
As the country stares at a political vacuum ahead of a new parliament meeting to choose the House Speaker and elect the new Prime Minister, the temperature in the country could rise. Political supporters of each side have vowed to hold rallies. Supporters of the incumbent government want to show their moral support to senators who plan to vote against Pita for Prime Minister. Supporters of the coalition led by Move Forward Party have threatened to protest against the Election Commission as well as the Constitutional Court as an expression of their loss of trust in the integrity of the two institutions. A political scientist, Somchai Phakapat said that a political protest is part of democracy. It is something we see happen in democratic countries. However, the important point is to prevent the peaceful protests turning into violence. He also said that the Election Commission's action increases the uncertainty level, but the country does not know yet what the outcome would be. But it is possible that the investigation might find Pita had not done anything wrong in relation to the allegation of holding shares of ITV.
This is interesting though, when this first ITV thing coming up, you will see on social media that a lot of Move Forward and Pita supporters say that they are ready to go on the street, to go rally for him. But as time goes by, some of them would say they're willing to wait until next election and move forward become the government.
Right, but we can see that the supporters have shown strong support for Pita, and that if the senators do not pick Pita as a prime minister, they're ready to protest again.
And if Pita become the prime minister, the other side also ready to protest as well.
Exactly. It seems like we can expect the political heat from now on, especially if they select a prime minister, and if someone is not happy with it, there's going to be a protest, or even political activists may launch other probes. There might be something else aside from ITV.
Like Dr. Somchai said, that the protest is part of democracy. The important point is how to make sure it's not spiraling into something violent.
And we hope that the protests will not turn into violence like what we've seen a few years ago.
If there are people on the street and rally on the politics and whatnot, you're probably going to see us again
Yep.
on live Facebook and YouTube.
Exactly. But even though the elections are over, the new government hasn't been formed yet, we will still be seeing you every Wednesday like this, and we will be updating you with the latest in Thai politics and whatnot as well.
And everything else, you can log on to our website, www.thaipbsworld.com. We also have YouTube, Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram and TikTok as well. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ